The presidential spokesman announces sweeping changes as Egyptians have become increasingly critical of a president too slow to deliver the promise of the revolution. On Cairo's streets, Mohamed Morsi's supporters hailed the news. For them, this gives the president the authority he needs to sweep aside the remnants of the old regime, the ones who they believe have been stalling the pace of reform. The president's decree prevents any authority overruling his decisions, including the judiciary. It also prevents the assembly drafting the country's new constitution from being dissolved. And the declaration orders retrials for all those charged with killing or injuring protesters during the revolution.
Across Egypt, there's been growing frustration at the lack of any real progress since last year's revolution and at the lack of justice for those who died in its name. By announcing the retrial of officials accused of being responsible for the bloodshed, the government is addressing one of its critics' most stinging complaints.
But if there was joy in one part of Cairo, there was fury in another. Protesters flooded into the streets, angry at what they see is the abuse of presidential authority. The news that the president now has the absolute power to issue decrees unchallenged has people deeply worried. In a rare show of unity at a chaotic joint news conference, the head of the lawyers' syndicate warned the president to reverse the order.
We ask for the following: bring down this constitutional proclamation and dissolve the Constituent Assembly because it has lost its legitimacy. And we call for a national dialogue to agree on a new mechanism to bring together all the forces and other factions in the country to stop the Islamic wing from taking over.
Morsi's supporters say the opposition isn't so much worried about the country as it is about their own fate.
Today's decision is a serious problem for former regime figures because they were hiding behind the Prosecutor General, Abdul Majid Mahmoud, who concealed evidence implicating them in the crimes committed against protesters during the revolution. There will definitely be a movement from such figures to delay the decisions made today.
And so an announcement that people hoped would move the country further from its authoritarian past appears to have driven it towards a more confrontational future. Greste, Al Jazeera, Cairo.